I just got done listening to the audiobook of the Epic of Gilgamesh, the oldest surviving piece of literature that archaeologists have found that were written on these clay tablets in Mesopotamia around 2100 BC. So it was really intriguing for me to read all this, and may I say that it has aged very well, and I want them to make a movie out of this. The plot is about Gilgamesh, obviously, who is an evil king and tyrant ruling in a city called Uruk, and he is forcing civilians to work and putting their life on the line. The work conditions are really terrible, and he's using his civilians that he's pretty much using as slaves. He's taking their wives and using them as his concubines, so everyone's getting tired of it. So they pray to the gods that they'll come down and save them from Gilgamesh. So the gods create a warrior named Enkidu. So him and Gilgamesh and Enkidu have this epic battle, right? And after a draw, Gilgamesh is like, I really respect this guy because he's a really good fighter. So they become friends. They go on this quest to defeat monsters like the Bull of Heaven and Humbaba in the cedar woods of Lebanon. But for doing that, the gods get their piss gets brought to a boil, right? So they curse Enkidu with this disease that kills him, and then after he dies, this is where Gilgamesh's character changes. He grows compassion. He's not insensitive anymore. And there's this long part of the poem that just goes on about him lamenting Enkidu's death. So Gilgamesh is finally questioning his own life and about death. So he's now on a quest for the rest of the poems to try to escape death. But he has to come to terms with his limited life, and he comes to the conclusion that life is just about enjoying your existence, and the closest thing we have to immortality is to leave behind things you've created and the things you love. So in his case, that would be his his mythological tale about himself and the city of Uruk that he ruled. Now, I was on Google looking up if he was real, but I couldn't really find any sources if he was real. So he's kind of like Robin Hood of the Middle East. That would be my best label for him. But yeah, I would give this story, book, collection of poems, whatever you want to call it, a 10 out of 10. And it's got everything that just makes a great plot. So yeah, really enjoyed this one. I might read it again.